All right. So, I've been in this study for the biovariative extended length, blah, blah, blah. I'll try and have everything on camera here, but we shall see how that goes. Maybe then. But yeah, I recently had a 6-month follow-up and a whole bunch of assorted fun with that. And yesterday I received an email from, dump all this crap out, from the research nurse, kind of giving an update. I believe she said there are 56 people worldwide on this study for this drug. And of that group, 13 are in some sort of extended testing with like additional blood draws to keep track of the pharmacokinetics. That's a really fun word. Which basically, the first dose on the study went 2 weeks without dosing with several blood draws every so often just to monitor how clotting levels slowly decrease over time. And at the 6-month mark, we did the same thing. But yeah, I found that I just screwed up. I found that really interesting. Yeah, I think she said I'm one of 13 people on that study, and the number of people in the US on this study is also fairly low. I believe it's under 20 people as well. But I have to say, I am loving this study drug. I've gone to music festivals. At those festivals, due to being 7'1", I had a girl come up to me and ask if she could sit on my shoulders, something that previously would have absolutely destroyed me. I was just able to say, yeah, hop on up. Walk around, move with her up there and stuff, give her a view she's probably never had because she couldn't have been even 5 foot tall at the most. But yeah, I was able to thoroughly enjoy myself. My ankles have been really rough joints. Previous job at an automation company, I started as a machinist, and as the young guy and also as a large individual, I was kind of proud of my title as the human forklift, and I pushed my body far too hard and did some damage, but you know, we all do dumb stuff when we're in our early 20s, right? Yeah, that's about how old I was. But for any hemophiliacs that are used to joint measurements in clinic, where they measure your range of motion, put like a little, oh crap, what else called, in geometry with the angles. Oh dear. Protractor, basically a protractor on your joints, and measure, okay, when the elbow is bent, it's this many angles, and when it's straightened, it's this many degrees, and when it's straightened, it's not a perfect 180 because my elbows are kind of shot. but you know, it's whatever angle, and they kind of measure joint damage from the bleeding over the years, and they give a score to that, and that score goes from 1 to 10, 1 being normal healthy joint with normal ranges, and 10 being not good, you know, essentially unusable. And my ankle measurements were at a 7 at the start of the study. It was very painful to get that 7. But now, as of about a month ago, maybe, not even, my ankles have improved to a 4. And not only that, I am on some morphine twice a day, and then Norco for breakthrough pain and other stuff. And I'd be going through my Norco every month. I'd need a refill on it, and I have not refilled that in just about 3 months, if that gives you any idea of just how effective this stuff is. One shot once a week, 0 issues, no matter how stupid I get and how hard I push myself. With the study, there's a couple times, like I said, we even push it out to 2 weeks, and it's been amazing. I am really excited for this stuff to come to market. I know there's a lot of other stuff on the market too, with Hemlibra, which isn't actually a factor treatment, but more of a bridge between factors. But if there's any issues with that, and this is an actual factor VIII replacement therapy, this stuff is absolutely amazing. Once a week shots for somebody such as myself that had a lot of bleeding, and I have 0 issues, and even on the 2-week pharmacokinetic study, I love that word, still nothing. And last I heard, I will be able to continue this study for several years, which I am over the moon about. Yeah, that'll be good. Nice and easy. Ooh, if I hold the needle right. Good blood return. It is just that simple. I think I got a little air in there, so we'll pull that on up. There we go. Easy peasy. My dose on this did change from 5,000 units down to 4,750 because I lost a little weight, which kind of complicates things because before it was a 4,000 unit dose and a 1,000 unit dose, but now it's a 4,000 unit, a 500 unit, and a 250 unit, so there's more liquid, but still looking at about 8 cc's of factor, which, you know, I'm in my mid-30s. I remember cryoprecipitate as a child, and then the first recombinant factors, and shoot, I remember during a shortage we had, it had been right around the year 2000, a little bit before, late 90s. It was all just really low concentration factor, and that's just all that was available. And my shots were 35, 40 cc's of factor. So 8 cc's of liquid and it could theoretically prevent bleeding for 2 weeks. I mean, even once a week is amazing when before it was shots every 2 or 3 days, you know? It's so amazing what's happening in the hemophilia space and the developments and so many crazy talented individuals that to even come up with the way that they made this factor work. Um, I'm no expert, but hemophilia A, which I have, and yeah, I believe it's the most common form of hemophilia, is a deficiency of clotting factor 8, right? And what they've done here to further extend the life is they've actually bridged it with additional proteins, and I believe even shoot, what is it? I've seen all the charts and all the lovely little pictures they try and show to teach somebody as thick as me what's going on. I can't remember the factor, but it's basically like von Willebrand factor for external bleeding because that ties like it joins on to the factor 8 protein chain or whatever. And because of that, that is how they get all this extra life out of it. I think. I could be dead wrong on that, but that is what's coming to memory. You can see here we're down to about 4 cc's. It's supposed to go pretty slow with this stuff. I know I ramble, but like I am so excited about this, and I can just like the biggest thing on my mind is, you know, when I was a kid growing up, and I remember my mom would do these little drawings on napkins and send them to school with me, and a couple times a week, one of the drawings would be a syringe and a needle to remind me I needed to do a shot when I got home. But to think of kids growing up now that this could be an option for them very soon, where a shot once a week would more than take care of any bleeding issues and even allow for a buffer time, because you know my teenage years when I really just did want to give myself a shot wound up causing myself additional bleeds just out of stupidity. Like, it gives several extra days of buffer at least without any issues. Oh man, like I'm so excited. As soon as Michigan State University asked if I wanted to be in the continuation of this study, I was like, I'm all in on this. Like, if I can if I can help push this forward so that like kids coming up can benefit from this stuff like that, oh, that gets me stoked. Like I can't even tell you. Well, we're down to about half a cc here. And this probably isn't recommended or anything, but I like to draw the blood back and then mix it in with a factor there when there's very little left. I mean, there's not enough time for it to clot or start doing anything. But kind of use that as like a food coloring so you can see very easily right where the factor is and isn't when you're flushing the line with some air, which I believe is also not recommended, but good to the last drop, right? Maybe just for coffee. though this is nowhere near enough hair to do anything, it's still just, it makes me nervous. I don't know if you can even see that, but I can very clearly see the spot between the liquid and the air as it's going in. We're just about done. And there we go. We are set for another week. Ah, fantastic. Isn't that right, baby girl? Yeah, Mittens agrees. So there you have it, y'all. Another shot. And a whole lot more rambling from me. Hope maybe somebody out there finds it informative. Maybe some encouragement for families with young hemophiliacs coming up that this is really no big deal. And life's looking pretty good for us moving forward. So, thanks for stopping by. Shoot, I don't even know if this came out okay. I got my phone hanging from a clamp from the chandelier. But we'll see what we got.